Hello, Wilson family. We are O8B. We are your 8th grade teachers. We'd love to see our little faces on our screens, although we would rather see them in our classrooms. We're going to take turns just quickly going over some of the things that we are expecting from our students this year, whether we are on screen or we end up having them in our classroom. So the first thing I'm going to do is share my PowerPoint. I did share this with my kiddos the first couple of days. So I'm just going to give you a brief overview of things that we are doing in our ELA class. So this is Frederick Douglass. Once you learn to read, you will be forever free. And this is a skill that we all know our kids need. We talked a little bit about what that means to them, especially with this year being so different. So I am Ms. Kuhar. My room is 216. If the kids come back, I am the ELA teacher. We have a brand new book this year that we are using, which is all online. So I am learning it and the kids are learning it together. Certain things that we expect, we need to make sure they don't have other electronics on when they are on their computer. We expect them to be on time, prepared, on task, to work hard, and be patient as we all learn together. So just to wrap things up for me, we are happy that your children are here with us on screen. We are happy that you are here watching this tonight. We are looking forward to a wonderful year. We are Wilson. On to Mr. Callahan and math.
Hi, my name is Chris Callahan. I am teaching the math in the 8B. It's just some things to run through. My syllabus and all my class information can be found on Schoology website under materials. My email is in there. I know all of our emails were put in a pack that the families came and picked up at the beginning of the year. So if you need to contact any of us, our emails should be there. Please check the materials and updates on Schoology on a regular basis. The updates for me, I know for math, I put in what the homework assignments are, and the materials again has numerous things in there. So please check that out on a regular basis. The grading for me for math will all be on Infinite Campus. So I know there's a Schoology grade book and some of the kids looked at that, but if you want to know where your student is, go to the Infinite Campus like you've done in the past. My grading consists of homework, classwork, class participation. That's 40% of their grade. So not quite half, but a good chunk. The 60% left is tests and quizzes. So, if they're having a hard time testing on quizzes, that other 40% will be a big help. So again, please make sure homework is done, stay on them about that. Class participation, all that's important. My math curriculum this year, it's a new curriculum for us, is the Ready Math program. And the kids all have 2 books. And the math instruction book is our class book, what we do with in class together. And then they have the other book, which is mainly their homework book. So, I'm telling them all, make sure you can just put classwork on one, homework on the other, so they know which one is which. We're also, another component is the iReady Math, which is an online math component where if kids worked on last year, they worked on the ALEKS program. Again, it's online. There are lessons based off of a diagnostic test that they took in the past couple weeks, which kind of gives them what grade level they're at, and then lessons are generated based off of that. That also is going to be something where they have to work at least for 1 hour every week, Monday through Friday, on their iReady lessons. That counts at least 60 minutes. They can do more if they want. That is a graded assignment every week. So it'll be in their class participation. It's an easy way to get 10 out of 10 points. But they have to be on lessons active. If they just open it up and sit and stare at one question, it won't use that as active time. So please stay on them about that. They'll have class time to do that if we have time, but it is a 24/7 site. So they can go on that, after dinner, put 20 minutes in every day, they'll have their easy 10 points. The students are required to, check that update. You got to go to Schoology Update. You got to go to materials. It's really important. Get into a routine. Be on time. Get your homework done. Use the chat option in Zoom to participate in class. You can ask us questions. You can email us questions. You got to communicate with us because this is different for all of us. So again, please reach out to us if needed. Thank you. Who would like to go next?
I guess I will go next. I was going to pass it off to Mr. Chirpak, but I will go next. I'm Mr. Skindell, Garrett Skindell. I teach social studies and American history. Let me just share my screen. A lot of the things I would echo also what Mr. Callahan and Ms. Kuhar said. I'm sure what Mr. Chirpak and Ms. Foti will be saying. But make sure you're participating. Make sure you're there every day. Like we all said, we are all learning together how to learn and teach in this new environment that we're all in. So most of it is going to require patience on your part with us as we learn, patience on our part with you as you learn, and communication between all of us. So please feel free to email any of us if there are questions, concerns, clarification, if you're trying to figure out how to access different stuff that you're having trouble with. We will do our best to try to sort it out for you. So without further ado, I will share my little PowerPoint here, a little screen that I put forth here. So students, parents, guardians, we'd be learning about American history from before the Revolution, dealing with colonization and exploration through the Civil War. Most of our time this school year will be spent on the French and Indian War, the road to the Revolution, Revolutionary War, Constitution, slavery, civil rights, and current events. Hopefully, we as students and as teachers will have an opportunity to learn and grow as civic-minded citizens. And my goals are to make social studies relevant and interesting for the students. And hopefully me learn as much as they do as we go through. Grades in my class are determined in the following manner. 50% of the grade will be based on quizzes and exams. Usually exams will be given at the end of each chapter, quizzes will be given at the end of each section. And usually there's 3 or 4 sections to each chapter. I try to have one quiz or one quiz per week and one exam every 3 to 4 weeks, although that isn't always. Schedules change and technology issues have to be obstacles, and the like needs to be overcome sometimes. So not necessarily every week and every 3 weeks will there be an exam, but that's the schedule I like to try to keep to. 40%, the majority of your grade comes from the work you do in class while you're in your Zoom meetings. All right, so that's the majority of your grade. Classwork grades are given daily based on accuracy, based on your participation, your completion rate, and in general, overall effort. If you're at home doing your best to try, I'm a very reasonable person, as are the rest of the teachers in OAB, to make sure that your overall effort is met with success. And then that finally brings me to the 10% participation. Participation is key to success. Okay, students are expected to be in their Zoom meetings and be active when called forth to put forth effort. Okay, if students don't have their cameras on or don't respond when called, we can only assume that they're not there. All right, it can only be assumed that they're not there and not able to participate. So students, at least in my class, I'm sure, and the others, will be given 3 chances to respond. I mean, I understand if there's technical issues or if you have to step away for a moment, but usually you would let your teacher know if you have to step away in the chat box so that they're aware, hey, when I call on a student and they're not responding, that at least we know why. So if a student is given 3 chances and there's no response, no reply, no nothing, they'll be given a 0 for the day. If you have some sort of technical issue, make sure to email us, okay? so that we can take that into account and not have to give a 0 for participation if you were trying to get online and could not. Students are expected to be prompt, prepared, polite, and like I said, patient. I'll add a 4th P in there: prompt, prepared, polite, and patient. All right. If there's any questions, please feel free to email me and any of the teachers here in Pod 08B. The school phone number, if there's going to be an absence, if you know there's going to be an absence, you can call it 874-6600 and let them know, so that we are not marking people who aren't in their Zoom meetings absent when there's an excused absence circumstance that should be called in. With that, I will turn my share screen off, and I will turn it back over to the wonderful and fabulous Mr. Jordan Cherpak.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Jordan Cherpak. I'm the kind of the new member of Pod 8B here. So I teach science. So this year, obviously, since we're in a virtual setting, not going to be able to do in-class experiments. So we'll be doing a lot more virtual experiments. So maybe you guys will even have to do some in-home experiments. We'll be covering topics from populations and ecosystems. We'll be learning about heredity traits, and even natural disasters as well. So you'll find all the materials for me on Schoology. Since we have hard cover books and we can't get them to you, you'll find they'll be copied and put up on Schoology. So you'll just have to look daily for new class materials there. Similar to the other 3 members of our pod, I'm going to go over what the expectations are in my classroom and kind of the procedures. Okay, so these are our overall pod expectations. You'll be seeing that through all 4 teachers. So just some of the basic things: rise and shine. So make sure you're getting enough sleep. Make sure you're prepared, presentable, and communication is a big key. So in my class, we learn, okay? So learn, listen and follow instructions, enter and exit prepared, always try our best, respect ourselves and each other, and never give up. So how to be prepared for science? Have your computer charged and turned on. So make sure you're logged into Schoology looking for daily assignments or updates that I post every day. Make sure your phone is put away. Either put away or turned off, put on silent, whatever, because you shouldn't be using your phone in class. It's the same as if you were in school here. So make sure you have pens or pencils ready. If you're using a pencil, make sure they're sharpened. Okay, so we shouldn't have to leave class to go and grab a pencil. Make sure you have a notebook ready to use, or if you don't have a notebook, you have a computer. So have a computer document open and ready to take notes. Make sure you're reviewing the previous day's lessons as well, because each day kind of builds off the next. So if you're not ready from yesterday's lesson, you won't be ready for today's lesson. So the classroom procedures in here, first thing you should do, log into Schoology. From there, you can click on the Zoom link to enter class. Make sure you're using your first and last name in your participant tag. So when you come into class for all of us, make sure you have your first and last name in there, because if you don't have your first and last name, or you just have a number, we can't be sure that it's actually you. Also, come in with your video cameras on so we can actually see that you're there and not just some random person logging into class. And make sure your audio is muted. We don't want to hear the background noise or other people yelling in your household while you're coming into class. First thing you do for me, there's a bell ringer at the beginning of class every day. So when you log in, start working the first 10 minutes of class is working on the bell ringer, which is just reviewing what we've covered so far in the lesson. And then once you're done with the bell ringer, make sure you're getting yourself ready. So opening up the packet that's posted on Schoology or the textbook page or whatever we'll be working on that day. And also be friendly and smile, okay? I like to see smiles when people come into the classroom. So don't, just try to have fun. So if you do have a question, If you have questions related to any assignments or classwork, you can contact me, Mr. Cherpak. My email is listed here. If you have any excuses or attendance issues, you should be contacting the school office. Okay, it's okay to let me know if you have if you're gonna be late to class or if you're gonna be missing class, but you need to also let the school know so they can properly excuse you from class. If you have any technical or computer questions, I can try to help you out as best I can. I know somewhat about computers, but I'm not too familiar with everything. So if you have any technical or computer questions, you can just contact tech support, and the email is right there. It's EPS support@eriesd.org. Okay. I hope everyone has a good year. Now we're going to move on to Miss Fody.
Hello, everyone. My name is Miss Fody. I am the learning support teacher for Pod 8B. I will be responsible for working with those students who have IEPs or individualized education plans. I am going to share my screen with you guys, if I can, but I don't think I can. Oh, here it is. So because I'm recording, my screen looks a little different today. So again, we are all learning. We all are in this together. Knowledge is power. It is super important that your kids are coming to class every day, participating, getting involved in the chats, completing their assignments, asking questions if they're stuck or they need help. I know all the teachers have addressed this, but it's super important that they're coming in with their camera on and that we are seeing that they're actually present in class. We have tons of students coming in with no camera. Then we're trying to call on them to answer or to participate and we get no response. And they're really missing so much by not being there. So make sure your students are in class, they are active, they're participating, they're asking questions. These are all very important parts of the learning process. So like I said, I will be working with the students who have IEPs. So I will be supporting students during class. I log into every single class with them, starting with social studies to ELA to science to math. I will be monitoring their progress in the classroom. I will also be helping them with their IEP goals and monitoring the progress towards those goals. I will be responsible for holding their IEP meetings and updating you parents on their progress. And I also am going to be providing additional instruction, either that be one-on-one support or small group support. So every day from 2:45 to 3:15, I do have a special help session on Zoom. This can be accessed through Schoology under the specials course. And at this time, I will be able to work with students on logging into Schoology, logging into the curriculum if they're still struggling with that, completing any assignments or homework that they're stuck on, or even just reteaching any content they learned that day that they didn't exactly understand and need some additional teaching. If you need to contact me, you can call at the school and ask for Miss Fody or email me at afody@eriesd.org. The students can also message me on Schoology, which is super quick and easy too. I'm very quick about responding. I know a lot of kids have questions right now about even just getting logged in. So if your child is one of those students who is struggling or needs help with anything, make sure you reach out to me and let me know. We were all super excited to have your kids in class. Like we said, we wish we were all in school together, but this online thing, I mean, it works. It's super cool that we have the ability to do this. And it is a team effort. So just like we are going to be patient, we need patience from you guys and we need everybody involved. So make sure you guys are checking Schoology for any updates. Make sure you're on your students about being in class, being active, having their cameras turned on, participating. And if you need anything from any of us, make sure you reach out to us. We hope you guys have a fabulous year. We are Wilson. Bye guys. Now I gotta end it.